Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine and welcome to day 24 of 30 clean and simple Christmas cards. These cards are designed to be simple to make but enjoyable as well. This one is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, convoluted today, but we are using scraps. And you don't have to make this as complicated as I am by any means, but I just wanted to show you the possibilities of what you could do if you've got a stamp like this. This is Julie Hickey Triangle Trees. It's quite some years old now, but we're going to have a little play with it. So I've got just two stamps I'm going to be using. I'm going to use a Tim Holtz clipping to finish it off. We're going pink again for Jenny's Crafty Corner, and I've got some scraps of patterned paper. And I just moved my card blank to the side. My card blank is just a little over 4 inches on the short side by 5.5 on the long side. I think it was 5.5 inches by 21 centimetres. So I've scored it at 10.5 to give me just a card blank again using scraps. So I'm bringing in my VersaFine Onyx Black and I'm going to stamp this up 4 times on each of my pieces. Now for this one, I want to try and get, where's my little scrap of paper? I want to try and get the white cross in the top section if I can. And because it's scraps, it doesn't really matter where I stamp it. And I'm not going to get all of it in. And it doesn't matter that I've not got the whole tree on. So that's my first little impression. So I think this is going to be my second impression. So I've just found scraps that are pink in my drawer, and you don't have to do pink, you don't have to use scraps. There's all kinds of things that you could do. You could deliberately use a lovely patterned paper that you've got, and I'm going to cut these up and rearrange them on my card blank, but you could just find a really nice, maybe more subtly patterned paper than this and leave it as it is, or just cut out the outside. So that's 1, 2. Oh, then we're going to do another patterned one with this one. So I want that, this is the third bit that I want. So I'm going to come in here with those colours because I think a little tiny bit of yellowy gold, tiny little bit of green will be lovely. And then finally, I've got this one. See, it's all just scraps out of my stash. Use what you have. And I've got another example to show you at the end, so stay tuned for that. I mean, the other thing that you could do that would just be super, super quick is just cut your scrap to a better dimension than what I have here. These are literally just scraps, and then just have that and just mount it on a card blank with maybe a little matten layer. You could run it through an embossing machine to add a bit of texture if you're using plain scraps. Then the last little bit of stamping I'm going to do is this pot, and I've got this bright pink here. And to be really savvy with using my scraps, I'm going to just stamp there like so. And then it's a case of cutting. I think I will put you on fast forward for this bit. So that's all my bits cut out. And then, you know, if you were really wanting to use all your scraps, you can just then cut pieces from what you've got left. So you can get 4 cards out of these if you've stamped them perfectly. So I'm going to bring in my card blank now, and I'm just going to have this here like this so I can see that I'm getting the pieces in the right orientation, if that makes sense. You could stencil something on your background here if you wanted to, but we're going really clean and simple today. You could add some splatters on your background before you start gluing these down. I think I want you like that there. Just making sure that we are, let's put you on, actually, move you over this way a little bit. Put you on a straight line, and then we can see that that is straight and it's in the middle. It's just going to bring in a block so that I can just press them all down so that the glue goes to all the edges. And again, this doesn't have to be pink. Multicoloured would be quite nice, you know, like a gradient of colours that are rainbow, maybe. And as I say, you don't have to go to all the trouble that I'm going to here. But, you know, sometimes we want to batch make cards that are fun, don't we? And again, I think this is a great way of using up those scraps. And it's a little bit quirky, a little bit modern. And it really has taken no time at all. If I was batch making these, I would do all my stamping first. Then I would do all of my cutting out. Just making sure I've got that the right way. And you could have little piles of your small pieces, you know, if you numbered them 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then have them in little pots ready so that you can just assemble. You could have right fun pithering with this, and then finally gluing on and your sentiment. So I'm just going to press that down like that to make sure those are stuck down. Then I've got a little Tim Holtz clipping. And I'm going to go with, you'll be pleased to know I'm not pithering. I'm either going to go with Official Christmas Tree or The Christmas Tree. I think we'll go with The Christmas Tree because it's a little bit smaller. There we go. And you know, I'm just going to add the tiniest bit of bling to this. Just going to add one little gold at the top as if it is a little star. But you could bling up as much as you wanted to. And of course, you know, these are supposed to be quick, easy and simple. Oh, just put my finger on a wet fan brush. So just going to add this little bit of gold on the top. And it's a little nod to the tiny bit of kind of gold we've got in that little bit there. And that's all I'm going to do with that. So it's almost a 1-layer card. Now let me give you a little bit more inspiration. I went through my inky background scraps and I've made this one with a little bit more bling on it. I've used cosmic shimmer backgrounds of various gradations, and I like this pot here. I like that this is really clean and simple. You could add some little patterns on there. You could emboss that. You can emboss all of your pieces to add texture, but I really like those, guys. Comment down below, and don't forget, if you'd like me to use a particular colour, theme or embellishment, if I've got it, I will try and squeeze it in, because this is day 24. We've got, what, 6 days left? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, 6 days left. So get your comments in quickly. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and consider leaving a small donation with super thanks if you are able to. Never expected, but always appreciated. Your company is never expected, but always appreciated. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow with day 25.